If you want faster items from your scav case, better prices from Fence, or better scav runs, then you need to grind up your Scav Karma. If you want a full breakdown of all the benefits that the Scav Karma system offers, I have a video about that linked in the description, but in this video, we're going to go over what you can do to max out your Scav Karma and what you should avoid doing so you don't lose any. Your Scav Karma is tracked by your reputation with the trader Fence. Your Karma is considered max when you reach positive 6.0 reputation with him. You can raise your rep higher, but there will be no more bonuses beyond positive 6. Let's start by going over the different ways that you can gain Karma. The simplest way to gain it is to simply extract as a scav from anywhere on any map. That will get you positive 0.01. It's not much, but if you like scavving, it'll add up over time. Additionally, after making the intelligence center in your hideout, Fence will start giving you daily quests to do on your scav runs that will give you between 0.01 and 0.04 Fence rep per quest. Next, there are several ways that you can gain rep by getting kills under certain conditions while you're doing your scav runs. As a scav, if you kill a PMC who has killed at least one other scav, you get positive 0.02 rep plus an extra 0.01 for every other scav that they've killed. So if the PMC has killed 2 scavs, then you'll get 0.03 and so on. If you kill a trader scav, which is a scav who has harmed any other scav in any way, you'll gain 0.03 rep. If you see AI scavs fighting someone and you help them kill their target, either PMCs or trader scavs, then you get extra rep based on who you help. Helping a normal scav gets you either 0.01 or 0.02 rep. Helping a boss guard gets you a flat 0.02 rep, and helping a boss kill their target gets you 0.05 rep. These ways of gaining Fence rep are all well and good if you don't mind doing lots of runs and getting into lots of fights, but the best ways by far to boost your rep with Fence are vehicle extracts and co-op extracts. For those that don't know, a vehicle extract is a car you can find on certain maps that allows you to pay a small fee starting at 5,000 rubles and use it as an extract in your PMC runs. The higher your Fence rep goes, the lower this fee gets. If a map has a vehicle extract, it will be available to you no matter where you spawn, and the name will always end in V-X. The vehicle won't spawn every single raid, even if the map has a vehicle extract, but if it does, it can only be used one time by anyone in the entire raid. Co-op extracts are exfil zones that only work when a scav and a PMC are standing in them together. They are always marked as co-op in the extract list, and they will always be in your list no matter where you spawn when you're playing on maps that have them. Both of these types of extracts give you Scav Karma in the same amounts. The first time you use each of these extracts, they will give you positive 0.25 Fence rep. After that, it'll give you 0.25 divided by the amount of times you've used it. So your second time will give you plus 0.12, your third time will give plus 0.08, and so on. The important thing to note is that this diminishing return is tracked separately for each vehicle and co-op extract in the game. So basically you can use the vehicle extract on customs and get plus 0.25 Fence rep, and then in your very next raid you can go use the one that's on woods, and that will give you another plus 0.25, and you can keep doing that for all of the special extracts in the game. Going through and using each of these extracts a couple of times each will give you a massive head start in getting your Scav Karma maxed out. We'll go through the math for how quickly you can max out your rep in a little bit, but you'll never reach or maintain max Karma if you don't know how to avoid losing it. So that's what we'll talk about next. Thankfully there are only a handful of ways to lose rep, and they all revolve around killing scavs while you're playing as a scav. While you're playing as a scav, if you kill an AI scav, you'll lose between 0.03 and 0.05 rep. Killing a player scav will cost you 0.1. Killing a boss guard will cost you 0.05. And killing a scav boss will cost you 0.2 rep. Doing any of these things in a raid will mark you as a trader scav for the rest of that raid and make all of the other scavs on the map hostile to you. So if you accidentally shoot another scav during a scav raid, it can be very hard to extract without shooting more than one and further tanking your Fence rep. Another thing it's important to note is that there is no penalty or bonus for killing raiders, rogues, rogue bosses, or cultists as a scav. But I don't really like to do that because basically if you never shoot anything on your scav runs, you never risk losing Fence rep. Though some people see it as worth the risk given the potential of gaining extra rep or getting good gear off of their scav runs from either PMCs or one of the other factions. So next up, we'll talk about the math on how to get yourself to 6.0 Fence rep. If you have the Edge of Darkness edition of Escape from Tarkov, you start at plus 0.2 Fence rep. Otherwise, you start at 0.00. So you can see the full picture. I'll show both numbers you end up at, whether you have EOD or not. As I said before, vehicle and co-op extracts are by far the fastest ways to boost your Scav Karma, so we'll prioritize those. Currently, there are 5 vehicle extracts in the game, with 1 each on the maps Woods, Customs, Interchange, Lighthouse, and Streets of Tarkov, and there are 4 co-op extracts with 1 each on the maps Woods, Interchange, Reserve, and Lighthouse. Using all 9 of these special extracts one time will give a total of plus 2.25 Fence rep, or plus 2.45 if you have EOD. Using them all a second time will give you another positive 1.12 3.2 rep for a total of 3.37 or 3.57 with EOD. Going around a third time will give you another plus 0.75 for a total of 4.12 or 4.32. And a fourth time will give you another positive 0.56 for a total of positive 4.68 or 4.88. The diminishing returns are pretty rough after the second use of each extract, but they're still equivalent to several scav runs each, even after the fourth use, considering you only get 0.01 per scav run. But if you're running scavs as soon as their cooldowns are done between each of your runs to go use all of the special extracts, and you're doing your scav dailies or you're getting PMC or trader scav kills in your scav runs, you should be able to get that last 1.2 to 1.4 you need pretty easily. But if you don't like running scavs and you just like running PMC all day, you don't necessarily have to grind out that rep that way, because there is one more shortcut. If you complete Prepper's Punisher questline, the final quest will give you a secure container epsilon as a reward. After completing that quest and reaching PMC level 50, Fence will give you a task called The Choice. All it requires you to do is turn in that secure container epsilon, and as a reward for doing so, you get plus 1.1 fence rep, which leaves you with a total of 5.78 or 5.98 if you have EOD and you use all of the special exfils 4 times each. So even if you really don't like doing scavs and you don't have EOD, doing 22 scav raids is quite a bit easier than doing 600 or the 132 you would have to do in order to finish out your scav karma without doing The Choice. It is important to note, for those that don't know, level 50 is a very large amount of XP, so either way you're going to be in for a grind. It's just about whether you would grind scavs between your PMC runs or if you would just rather do PMC runs all the time to get your main character up to level 50 in a decent amount of time. Whatever path you choose to reach 6.0 fence rep, I highly recommend you try to use each of the special extracts a minimum of 4 times each to give yourself the best head start, and you can even go for more if you really want to, because it's still going to be pretty efficient compared to normal scav runs. Just know that no matter what route you take, the scav karma grind is a long one, though I hope this guide gave you a good idea of what it takes and how to do it. If you want to see more guides, clips, and streams for Tarkov and other FPS games, make sure you hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.